started implementing your system. In the first year of implementation, I would doubled my sales. Second year, doubled again. And third and fourth year, I quadrupled my sales. Started building a team. I now have 3 full-time staff in the office. I have about 8 full-time agents. I would say the rest is history. And I'm not looking back because it's probably the greatest move I've ever done. First thing I noticed was it wasn't someone actually just teaching me, I got to do this, I got to do that, trying to motivate me like a lot of people do. What I noticed right away was that you actually sold real estate for a number of years. I think it was 30 or something like that. So I really felt right away that the experience in the field that we were in was speaking out. So that really intrigued my interest. And then, of course, the other thing that I'm going to be honest with you why I joined very quickly was when I was in your conference and I was looking around and you would mention at the breaks, go talk to the other agents outside the door, talk to people, get a good feeling of what's going on. What I did quite quickly notice that in the real estate industry, nobody wants to share nothing, right? Because they all want the leads, they want the clients, and they think as soon as I share something or as soon as I say something, somebody's going to steal my client. I don't really have experience working in a big brokerage office, but I can only imagine everybody huddled over their desk, like barely talking into the phone because they don't want the next door agent to hear.
These other agents in your area, how do they feel about this massive success you've had over the last couple of years?
I want to say probably for most of them, at the beginning, they said they laughed and they said, who's this new guy? Because I don't forget, I was a brand new real estate agent. I actually opened up my own brokerage because I was exactly looking for what you gave me. Then I met you and I started the marketing. So I think they first laughed and then they went, whoa, what's going on here? And I think I would probably say now they are copying us. We just do what Gary does, we'll probably be successful. So that's actually what we're seeing now is lots of people copying us.
So talk about how that transition happened, how you started hiring people and then training them on how to do it the way you do it.
First of all, back when I first joined you, some of the marketing that you're sharing, some of your guarantees that you're offering, they kind of scare you. How does this work? How do I do this? I ran one of your ads, one of the guaranteed ads. Within 2 weeks, I always say, let's say 2 months, but within 2 weeks, I got my first call and I'm shaking on the phone, just to know how do I answer this, right? I sell this guy's investment property to a private buyer that I had in my pool, double-ended off-market property. So the marketing, it's fantastic.
When you made the decision, like, I need to get some help, and then how that's been working.
I was talking to you guys as a coach, right? Mike said, okay, listen, I'm gotten way too busy here. So then my coach said to me, he says, you know what, Gary, he says, you need to hire an assistant. And I said, well, hold on a sec. How am I going to afford that? How can I afford an assistant for the whole year, right? I listen and I hire my first assistant. Guess what happens?
Let's talk rainmaker activities. Of all the things that you could be doing, got to banging the signs on the lawn, what type of things do you spend your time on now?
Okay, obviously the listings and my own clients, but next to that, I spend a lot of time with the team, one-on-one training. They shadow me, just like you say. We go out to a showing, we book a buyer appointment, for example, and the buyer agents are going to shadow me and I will basically train them and say, okay, this is how we're going to work with the buyers. We're going to sell the client, not the house, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm spending a lot of time one-on-one and team meetings, training the buyer agents to become better, I guess, buyer agents and work with their clients, right? As well as now I'm also spending a lot more time, my marketing team, on how we're going to market our listings much better than the average agent. Because before, when you're working as a solo agent and you get a new listing, you're scrambling, you're trying to get all the listings signed. It's probably 8, 9 o'clock at night. You're going to probably show a buyer a home real quickly. Then you're racing home and you're trying to upload your marketing. How can I market this home? Upload it to social media. You get limited time. Next day, you're trying to book appointments. So now I can actually, okay, I've got my administrative team. They're looking after the appointments and all the day-to-day operations. And I've got my marketing team actually marketing the home. But of course, I've got to be involved in that and say, okay, how can we market this the best? So sitting down with my marketing team and coming up with awesome ways to market the listings that we currently have, as well as how can we attract more buyers to our team?
Ultimate listing presentation, what does that mean to you?
So that's one of the first things that I really implemented when I joined you is I took a look at your listing presentation, and what we actually call it is the ultimate listing and marketing presentation, okay? So what we're doing in our listing presentation is we're actually documenting how we work different than another agent and how our team works different than another agent. So if we're obviously in front of a seller who's ready to list their home and they're interviewing 3, 4, 5 agents, but the seller's going, okay, what sets you apart? And especially in the market that we're in right now, where everybody's like, what is it going to take to get your house sold? So they're going to look at who can get the job done and what are they doing to get it done. So our listing presentation shows how we work different than any other agent out there. And we don't call them our competition because really they're not our competition anymore because we work so differently. And then B, one of the other things, the main thing in our listing presentation is we would show the clients what we actually are going to be doing for them. So not just telling them we have social media. No, we say to them, or we show them, here's how we generate 30 to 40,000 views online within a week of listing your property. And we say, this is how we do it. Not just, hey, we're going to throw it on online. We're going to throw it on a website where we don't know where the leads are going. We don't know if somebody's calling the sign call. We show them our marketing.